Hello, Riley. I'm Aleiah Brown.
Nice to meet you, Aleiah.
Nice to meet you, too. I'm the head supervisor here at CBS 58 News. Um, so today, I'm just going to be interviewing you. The interview should last about 20 to 30 minutes long.
Okay.
So basically, the job that you applied for entails you being responsible for the floor directing, the camera operation, and teleprompter for the daily newscast.
Okay.
The ideal candidate should be willing to learn or already have experience on the Grass Valley Ignite system. Do you have any questions before I get started?
Nope. Go. I'm ready.
Okay. So can you please describe to us what attracted you to this career opportunity and how you see this role fitting in with your long-term career objectives?
Yeah, sure. I've always been a huge fan of television, especially like late night talk shows and live television, that kind of thing. Ever since I was a kid, I've been watching Conan O'Brien and Jay Leno and all those guys. And so that's kind of how I got into it. And once I started my communications degree, I was trying to look for different career paths to take with it. And I just really love the production aspect of live television. So that's kind of what got me involved with this kind of stuff.
Okay. Can you tell us about the most memorable experience you had that will highlight your fit for the production crew member position?
Well, I think there was one night I used to do lights and sound for live plays at UW Oshkosh. And there was one night where everything was just not going good. And I actually wasn't there, and I was one of the floor managers for the production, and I wasn't there. I was sick that night. And they called me in, and they're like, Riley, we need you to be here right now. Everything's going to hell. And so I had to like ride my bike over there, like halfway through the show, and came in there and just basically saved the day and helped everybody out and got everything back on track. So I think that was pretty cool. Like, even though I was like pretty sick, I still felt pretty good after that. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's very impressive. I mean, we love to see somebody who's very dedicated and committed. So that sounds like that shows your commitment. Commitment.
Hopefully.
Okay, can you describe your experiences with the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, and what do you see as your strengths working there?
Well, as I said, I was a floor manager for the university's TV station, which was just a little local program. And then I also was I hosted my own radio show at the radio station for a semester, and that was really fun. Like, I liked that a lot. It's kind of, I'm usually behind the camera and not in front of it. So it was kind of nice being, people hearing my voice, and I get to choose what I do and what songs I play, and it was really fun. I got a lot of feedback from different people around that listen to the station, so that was pretty cool.
Okay, that's awesome. Can you tell us about a time when you experienced a problem, whether it be in your regular daily life or at your job, and how did you resolve that problem? And if you learned from that experience, can you tell us how?
Well, when I was at Oshkosh, I got very ill. I had a pretty severe OCD at the time. And it was really interfering with school and my personal relationships and everything. And it got to the point where it was a dire position, and I had to act on it. I had to do something about it. So I decided that I should go in and get the help I needed. And I'm so thankful, and I thank God and my parents and everything every day, because it helped me so much, and I learned a lot from going through that experience and being down in pretty much the lowest places you can imagine, and then having to work my way back up. So now I feel like really I can handle pretty much anything that life throws at me.
Wow, that's great to hear. I mean, that's awesome that you never gave up and you're still here to this day. So, how would you rate your skill level in these type of fast-paced environments? And can you describe maybe some of the most complex work that you've done in these technological tools in the past?
I work pretty well under pressure. I'm good at thinking on my feet,
Okay.
and that comes in handy, especially if you're, doing a live feed,
Right.
whether it's radio or television, and having to act quickly and think
Right.
fast and make sure everything goes as planned.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty good at that, and I'm good at coming up with kind of creative ways to help fix problems on the spot. So, like a lot of that, like if a mic goes down or something, I'll be the one running over to grab the electrical
Right.
tape to try and fix the wire or whatever. So, as far as technical stuff, I've always been kind of a nerd.
Okay.
I'm big into music, and I've been mixing and doing that kind of stuff using
Okay.
Pro Tools and GarageBand and all that kind of stuff to mix music and different, just different stuff like that.
Right.
So I know how to use all that stuff, and I've built my own computer, so I'm
Wow,
pretty
that's very impressive.
pretty
Yeah.
technologically stable, I suppose.
Okay. So the next question. The hours for this position, as you know, are generally 2:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., mainly on weekends, and it may vary some days in like weekday shifts, and it's generally 40 hours per week. Does that sound like something you can handle, or?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
It'd be great.
Excellent. Okay. So what major classes have you taken so far in your college career? Well, I know you're about to graduate
Yeah.
soon, so.
I think the ones that most apply for this position is when I was at Oshkosh, I was minoring in radio, TV, and film.
Okay.
So I had, recording classes, producing
Wow.
classes, even a couple directing classes.
Wow, okay.
So those all helped. And then just there were several just kind of like leadership kind of class things that I took just for the heck of it,
Right.
for general education requirements.
Okay.
And those actually helped a lot too, because it helped me, get confidence
Right.
in my ability to, tell people what to do, and
Right.
in a nice way, of course. So
Wow. Okay. Excellent. So from your resume, I see that you were given the opportunity to run a television show all by yourself, which you already mentioned. But can you tell me a little bit more about that experience?
yeah, it was definitely an experience. It started off innocently enough. I was just friends with people who were involved with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they were in my classes, and they were mostly radio, TV, film majors. And I was just like, yeah, I want to see what it's like,
Right.
behind the scenes, and so I just kind of would go to their meetings and just learned via application, I guess, just
Okay.
watching them do things, and then eventually got to the point where they trusted me enough, and they're like, hey, do you want to, help us out? Do you want to manage for this show? I was like, sure, I'll do it. So
Okay.
that's kind of how it led to it.
Okay. Excellent. So, last question. Are there any questions that you have about this company or this opportunity that we can answer for you?
Well, I was kind of wondering if there are other affiliate stations that I could possibly, because I know that there's a high turnaround in these particular jobs. So I was just wondering if there are other opportunities to move forward on the chain of command and stuff like that.
Well, definitely. There's always opportunities for you to move up. There's always job openings. And like I said, once you get your foot in the door, it's very easy for you to move up in more of a leadership position.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a good day.
You too.